If y'all can accept. Okay, awesome. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Lauren is gonna be helping me out with this call tonight. We try to do this like every so often. I don't think it's necessary to do once a month, but like every other month, we found that we get like a new wave of new faces who are anxiously awaiting to start this business. And you guys get incredible trainings Tuesday night with our Diamond team, but this is just a way for y'all to like quick start your business and have some tools ready to go at your fingertips. So that's kind of the goal for our call tonight, is just to give y'all some essentials as you guys start your business. And if y'all are like past the point and you feel like I already know all this stuff, these are great tips to go share with your teammates who maybe are wanting to share, but you don't really know like what to say or how to start coaching them. Also, I'm really out of breath because I'm like 19 weeks pregnant and I'm just fat and sassy. So please excuse me. I'm not on a treadmill. Okay, I hope my screen sharing works. Please, please. Let me see. Don't look at my email. Okay, cool. Can y'all see this? Yeah, that makes me so excited. Slideshow. Okay, cool. Everyone can see this, okay? Sweet. Okay, well, let's get to it then. Try not to close out every 5 seconds. First off, welcome to Plexus. If you have not joined a Plexus call, welcome. We try to do calls pretty often. They're normally pretty heavy, like front loaded at the beginning of the month. And then the end of the month is a lot more like action oriented, IPA, power hours, all those things. So if you feel like, holy cow, this is a really busy week, it is a really busy week. We do lots of stuff to set up the month early on so that you guys have vision. You have all the tools that you need. You've already set your goals for the month, and then you guys can just hit the ground running for the month. Here are some of my favorite pictures that we have taken over the past however many years we've been doing this. The one on the far left is our convention last summer. This is my team, and this is not even near everybody. The one in the middle is from Scottsdale. That was a lot of fun. That's at our corporate office, and Charles, one of the founders of our company. And then on the far right is our larger Diamond team. That was at convention last summer as well. And that was a really cool moment. But anyways, I just want to share those with y'all because that's a really special part of what we do. Okay, step one. I think a lot of people are like, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm excited. I love my products. What do I do? The truth is, y'all, like it really does start with belief. And you will hear this over and over and over and over. We have to have belief, not just in ourselves, but in our products and in our company. And we have to establish a why. And if we don't have either of those things, we're not going to have a solid foundation to start doing anything with this business. So you guys are going to hear a lot about mindset over the course of your journey with Plexus. You're going to hear a lot about what is your why? When have you revisited your why? This is just so important because it really does just set the whole foundation. It sets your mindset. And it just helps you, like it fuels your actions truly. So we're going to dive into that just a little bit. Okay, I wanted to briefly share my story. It's always weird sharing it because like this isn't about me. But I forget like how far truly I have come just because I have chosen to not quit. That is the only reason I am where I am today. One of my favorite quotes that I learned recently in a book called The Secret Code of Success, he says, persistency is a learned behavior, and we can only learn that when our why to exceeds our why not to. And that truthfully just means like, we have to have a why. If we're going to be successful, we have to know what we're ultimately working towards. So when I first started this thing, y'all, I had no freaking idea what I was doing. I was working in a career that was not fulfilling. I did not like my boss. I was severely underpaid, and I was also severely overweight and had a lot of health issues. I was very desperate for a change, so I very skeptically said yes to the products. And after 6 months of taking the products, I saw drastic results, like to the point that I didn't even recognize myself in the mirror. And I knew that I had to start telling people about these products because I knew my sister needed help. I knew my mom needed help. I knew I had girlfriends from college who were struggling with health issues. So I just very organically started a business. I called my sister, met her for lunch. I called my mom and asked her if she would support me with an order. I made my first post on social media and connected with a girl from college, and the rest is history. So this is like the worst graphic ever, if y'all can see it. Can y'all see my icon with the faces? Oh, there we go, it works better. So far left, this is my very first announcement. This is me hitting silver, which I believe most of y'all are silver at this point. Thankfully, our graphic making skills have advanced a little bit since then. But like, this is it. This was 14 days after I started sharing about the products. And then this is my Emerald announcement last July of 2021. And there was a massive journey in between those two photos. But the goal of like this whole presentation is building your belief. Like, you have to have a vision, you have to know where you're going, and you have to know why you want this, or you're going to quit as soon as things get hard. Okay, so in terms of just talking about belief, Bob Heilig is a guy that we love listening to. We will always recommend his podcast. He says the number one reason people don't reach the level of success they want in network marketing is because they don't have belief and they lack a plan. And that is so freaking true. In any other conventional job, we see the actions yield results. It doesn't matter what you do. If you're a hairdresser, if you're a nurse, if you're a school teacher, if you're in sales, your actions will yield results. In network marketing specifically, this is the only industry where actions do not equal results. It has to start with your belief. And if you don't have that as the foundation, the results will not come. And I can tell y'all that because I have been through so many seasons of my business where I'm running, I'm going, I'm calling, I'm messaging, I'm posting, I'm flying through the actions, and I'm seeing no results. And on so many of those occasions, I remember calling my sponsor in like full on tears. And I was like, I'm not cut out for this. I'm not seeing the results. I'm not ranking where I want to rank. I don't know why this isn't working for me. And it took me years, y'all, to understand that I did not believe in myself. I did not believe that I was worthy of success. I did not believe that I was worthy of being in a leadership role. I did not believe that I was worthy of six figures. All those terrible lies that I truly believe Satan planted in my brain from a young age, I had bought into those. And it really just halted my business. So anyways, that is what I wanted to share with you guys about belief. Okay, I would love, Lauren, if you're able to chat a little bit on this, I would love for you to share about color personalities and like how this can really trigger motivation as you're getting started.
Yeah, so one thing that we talk about a lot about in this business is the color personalities, and you'll hear us mention that: red, blue, green, yellow, and what they each mean. And you can obviously read the graphics, but when we post about, different things, sometimes we keep in the back of our head, like, who is this post going to attract? And I will typically post a lot of green and a lot of red posts just because I am a very analytical person. I like to ask questions. I like the ingredients. I like the science behind things. But I'm also very attracted to the income. I'm attracted to recognition and just bonuses, incentives, things like that. And so that is what attracts me to this business. The science behind it, the fact that these, the ingredients that we use in our products are very just pure and just like top of the line. That is very attractive to me. But I know that that is not necessarily attractive to everybody. I know that some people are very incentivized by the free trips and the vacations and the fun. And like, this makes me sound like a horrible person, but that does not attract me. Like, fun does not appeal to me. But it appeals to my sister. And so you have to truly find like what motivates you in this business. Because if you don't find that, like you will have no reason to continue going. And it honestly ties back to your belief and your why. And so you need to figure out like why you're here and what attracts you and what's going to keep you going. And also, whenever you are posting, make sure to post, and talk about, towards different color personalities, because not everybody's attracted to fun,
So true.
So,
What's the saying? What you display, you will attract, or something along that lines. I'm sure there's different terms for all those words I just used, but basically what you produce, you will attract. So I'm split 50-50 between red and blue. I love winning. I love accomplishing. I love leading, but I also love having a great time and going on free vacations. Like that is 100% me through and through. And so naturally, those are the type of people that I have attracted to come to this business with me, because that's what I'm sharing about 9 times out of 10 on my social media. But I also want yellows on my team. I also want greens on my team. So I have to remember, like, I need to attract those type of people too, which ties into social media. We're not going to get into social media too much tonight, though. Does it make sense to everybody? We have a quiz, by the way, on our health, happiness, and financial freedom. If you guys want to discover what color personality you are, I think that could be pretty eye-opening. Okay, cool. How do I become a leader? For me, this was like probably one of the hardest things to accept in network marketing. Was like, I've always wanted to be in charge. I'm an Enneagram 8, and I love being the boss and controlling situations, but I had zero leadership skills going into this, like none. And so focusing on my personal development was a massive pivot in my business, because there was a long time where I didn't see success. I wasn't seeing results. I lacked belief, and I did not know what I was missing. And I called my friend Jessica Heffley, who's a diamond and some change, maybe a double diamond. I don't even know at this point. She was like, "Oh, cool. What book are you reading?" And I was like, "I don't read books. Like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard." And she's like, "Okay, well, you're going to go read a book, and then we'll have this coaching call once you're done reading." And so I read my first book, and since then I've probably read at least 20. But truly, like 90% of this business lies right in between your ears. 90% of it, y'all. So if we're not growing in between our ears with our leadership capability, with our self-belief, our self-worth, our knowledge, our skill set, we are going to spin our wheels for years and not see the results that we want to see. So here's just a list of some things I encourage and recommend. If you want to screenshot or whatever you want to do with those. Podcasts are like daily essentials for me. I'm always trying to read a new book at least once a quarter. Tuesdays, we have our team calls, which are wildly beneficial. We always have some type of training. And then we'll have book studies as a team as well, which I think are really great resources. Okay, I think this like wraps up our belief section. To be successful, we must become dreamers, to envision what could be instead of realists, only focusing on what is. 9 times out of 10, the reason people do not succeed with this industry is because we have lost our ability to dream. We only look at our current reality, and it is so freaking hard to believe what could be beyond paycheck to paycheck, or what could be beyond $100,000 of debt that's hanging over our head, or what could be beyond, our husband working 60 hours a week. And that is the hardest part, to start picturing a life of what could be if I'm making 6 figures. Or Ryan Evans, she's a diamond gold with our company. She shared yesterday, she just got her 1099. In full transparency, y'all, she made about $500,000 last year with Plexus. That is more than a surgeon. Like, these are real people who just started and they chose to never quit. And so we really have to dream, like, what could we do if that was the case? Like, we will get there someday. So what is that going to look like for us? So if you guys need help dreaming, I love this question. If your bank account was full and your calendar was empty, what would you be doing with your money and your time? And I encourage you guys to like really think about that question. Who would you be with? How would you spend your day? Would you be with your husband? Would you be with your friends? Would you be in your current home? Would you be in a much bigger home? Would you be traveling? Just really think of it and write out your perfect day, because that's truly the best way to dream. Okay, so now that we talked about belief, mindset, vision, casting, all the fun things, let's talk about the tangible stuff. This is kind of like our 3-step process. This is not a cookie cutter process, but this is how we get people making a paycheck and getting into the business. So making our first post is huge, because that's the way. One second. Okay. Making our first post is huge, because that's the way we publicly let all of our friends know that we are doing something scared to death, and we're getting out of our comfort zone, and we're sharing about these products that we're really passionate about. Hosting an event is a great way to launch your business too. I would encourage y'all to get with your sponsor if you have not already started an event for yourself. That's a great way just to start more conversations. And then simply starting conversations. Y'all, we are in a relationship business. So 90% of this business is going to be just starting conversations with new people and asking good questions about their health, about their finances, about their friendship ability. Like, a lot of people just want to join this because they want community and they want friends. So anyways, ask good questions and see where it goes. And if you feel stuck, or you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do next, that's where your sponsor comes in. That's where we can help you guys. Okay, Lauren, I would love you to share on some of our systems that we use. And these systems are important, y'all, because they're duplicatable, which is a key point. Go ahead, Lauren.
Yeah, so you'll hear us, you'll hear the term send, share, and buy, or add tag message. And essentially that comes from social media, or posting, or in new conversations with people. If you overhear somebody at work saying, oh my gosh, like I'm so tired today, or oh, I have a headache, or just complaining about health issues, because everybody does that, right? And so the add tag message can come from conversations you have at work, or from something that you've posted on social media. And what we mean by add tag message is add them to a new resource, whether that's gut health and happiness, tag them in a post that reminds you of them, and then send them a message, send them a follow-up message. And then the send, share, and buy system can play hand in hand with whenever you make a new post about Plexus, and somebody likes your post, or somebody comments on it, that's when you can initiate a new conversation. And a lot of times it doesn't have to be like a weird message. It can just be a simple thank you, like, hey, thanks so much for supporting my Plexus post. Sharing my story is very like nerve-wracking for me, but I appreciate the love. Have you ever heard of Plexus before? And that can be your initial message that you send to that person. And then that can open up a new conversation with them. And then, send your follow-ups, your new conversations. You can invite them to an event. You can invite them to the Gut Health and Happiness page to check out some posts. You can invite them to a sip and see. So that's just kind of like our system, I guess, in just two different ways to go about that.
Yeah, and the key with both of these, like I mentioned, is we're using third-party tools. And let me just tell y'all right now, it took me 1.5 years to start using third-party tools, because I wanted to be the expert. I wanted to be the one that had all the answers. And I did myself a humongous disservice, because nobody can duplicate that, and nobody wants to duplicate that. So the reason these systems are so important is we're using third-party tools. We're using somebody else's story. We're using somebody else's video to introduce the products. And then we're saying, hey, what did you think? How did you relate to that? And then they can go and duplicate those efforts with their friends. And that is the beauty of network marketing, is getting people to share with you. Okay, this is the simple and short and sweet version of how do I earn money with this. These income producing activity sheets, IPA sheets, will be your best friend. If you're feeling like, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to work this business, This is all you need. Like truly, if you did one of these every day for a year, I guarantee you'd be at a level that would rock your socks off. This is simply connecting with new people, making relationships with people, wishing them a happy birthday. Just simple things. Like we are in a relationship business. And so making relationships a priority is key. But then also being intentional about those business messages, making sure that we're sharing about the income producing opportunity that we have. Personal development, we talked about some of that with our mindset and our belief. Follow-up is on here. That's a huge component. And then some of the other daily tasks would be like checking virtual office, things of that nature that we'll talk about a little bit later. But these income producing activity sheets are amazing. This is truly all you need to be successful with this. How do I get paid? I'm trying not to get too confusing for you guys. Just know from both of these two graphics that you can get paid out to 7 levels down. So if I refer a friend and she refers a friend and she refers a friend and she refers a friend, I personally can get paid on all 7 of those levels, which is really why we will always say to go as wide as you can. Like, don't try to stack people or add people under these people. Try to add as many level 1s as you can because you get the most points for level 1s. As far as monthly income, here is probably the most up-to-date graphic over on the right. And this is kind of what we use to start setting our goals, whether it means, hey, I want to walk away from my job, or hey, I want to pay off a credit card, or whatever your initial goal may be. Like, this is a great way to understand, like, where do I need to be and what time period do I need to be there? And then your sponsor can help you develop a plan to get there. Any questions about this? Okay, cool. Okay, we have a huge retention and customer care call that we have recorded, and I can send it to you guys if you're interested in learning how to take care of your customers. There are 2 main components to network marketing. There's recruiting and then there's retention. It took me a long time to figure out retention. And Lauren can tell you the same thing. Our first probably 6 months with Plexus, we were recruiting machines. We added and added and added so many people, and guess how many times I checked in with those people? Guess how many times I sent them a video to let them know what to expect on the products? Guess how many times I added them to a relatable resource on our team page because I wanted to help them understand their journey? I sucked as a sponsor. And I'm sharing this information with you guys because I want y'all to be good sponsors. If you want to be successful in this business, you've got to learn to be a good sponsor. So we're going to give y'all a couple tips to help you just be good sponsors, be good people. Honestly, if we're selling people on our products and then we're not touching base with them, you're going to feel a massive sense of guilt because we're not leading them to their health goals. You've just sold them a product, and nobody wants to be in product sales, trust me. Okay, so here's the main differences between VIP and brand ambassador membership. Just know that every single person you help will be a VIP. Not until they sign up their first level 1 VIP personally will they be eligible to upgrade to a brand ambassador, which I believe everyone here is a brand ambassador at this point. But the 2 main differences here is the annual membership renewal fee. If they maintain VIP membership, it's $19.95 a year. If they upgrade their account, it's $40 a year. And then some of the differences that are bolded down below too, as far as like the income potential. Okay. What is my first goal? I think most of you guys here are silver, so we don't really need to talk about this, but I do want to highlight the Fast Start one-time achievement bonus. I have a number of girls on this call right now who are on our Fast Track program, and that simply means that they are tracking in line with this calendar date. That means by the time you enroll your first person, you're going silver within 30 days, you're going senior silver within 60 days, and you're going gold within your first 90 days. How that benefits your people is they are doubling their bonuses. Instead of getting $100 for silver, they're getting $200 for silver. Instead of getting $150, they're getting $300. Y'all, Fast Track is where it's at, not just for your people, but for your entire team. It's this wave of momentum. It brings a lot of energy to the team, and it brings a lot of growth for your new people who are looking to make massive income. Here's like our February incentive. We have, these are updated every single month, but these are great like shareable items to share with your new people who are interested in sharing the biz or just sharing the products. Okay, some tools that are provided to you are back office. This is really all you need. You don't need to go and create all these spreadsheets and become this master like Excel document planner. Like, this is a beautiful system. Our corporate office has spent years and years and years perfecting this, so that's a really good business tool for us to use. Lauren, do you want to share some of your favorite like go-tos on this? You're muted.
Like what do you want me to talk about?
Like, what are some things that you use on like a daily or weekly basis with your back office?
Oh, I check my perks report. And I check subscriptions, I check CC declines. I mean, this is all like advanced things that I check, which, I mean, I don't know if you want to get into that tonight or not, but I definitely make sure that the screen, like every single month, that orange box right there where it says current PV, that's something that you need to make sure that you're paying attention to every month, and make sure that you have at least a minimum of 100 PV in that box in order to get paid. If you don't have 100 PV in that box, you will not get paid on your own orders. You won't get paid on any orders below you. If you add new people and you don't have 100 PV, you won't get paid. You won't rank up. So that is what I would focus on, is making sure that, you know, especially in the beginning, is to make sure that at least has 100 PV minimum.
Hold on. What happened? Please hold. How do I get back? No. What screen do y'all see right now? Oh my gosh.
We see the screen that you see.
Somebody help me. How do I go back to my PowerPoint?
Click on the P at the bottom.
I literally can't see the P because this thing's covering. Hold on, my husband's coming to the rescue.
Down. I can direct you.
I accidentally hit upgrade. I accidentally hit upgrade my thing, and now it went here. So I need my PowerPoint opened. No, do not stop share. Oh, okay. So this is my IT, by the way. When you turn Emerald, you get a personal IT guy, but only if you're married to him. Okay, cool. Sorry for that diversion. Yes, 100 PV is the main point on this. That's personal volume, so that comes from your own orders. If you look at the box to the right of that, that's your points and rank. So that's going to be where you're tracking your goals. So once you guys determine like what commission level you want to be at, your sponsor can work with you as far as what points are associated with that rank. And that's what you'll have to work for. At 11 p.m. Central Time on the last day of every month, your back office will reset to 0. The entire thing will go to 0, and you will have to start over the next month, which is why retention and customer care are so freaking important. Like, I cannot drill down on that enough. And I wish we had more time on this call, and that would be the entire call. But that is where this back office comes into play, because you can check and see who has a subscription on, who turned their subscription off, who has changed their subscription. All those things are showing either under your points and rank. You can check their orders there. Or like Lauren mentioned, her perks report is over on the far left under my business. I check my perk report every single day. And anybody who has turned off their sub, I'm shooting them a message, and it sounds like this. Hey girl, I'm Chandler. I'm part of your Plexus family. I just noticed that your subscription was changed and you're now at risk of losing 1,000 Plexus perks. I don't know if your sponsor has had time to chat with you about this yet, but basically this is free money to use towards products of your choice. I definitely don't want you to lose this, and I would love to help you make sure you can take advantage of this. Do you have a free second? And I'm helping them get their subscription back on. It's a really great retention tool. Any questions about that?
Chandler, I have a question on, I know that you're talking about perks, but on the PV.
Yep.
So why does mine say 0?
Because your order has not gone through for the month.
Okay, just kidding. Never mind.
Yep. So business tip, if you want this as a business, which everybody here on this call does, I would encourage you to schedule your subscription for the first day of the month instead of the last day of the month, because it qualifies you for immediate commission, which you'll get it regardless, but it qualifies you for immediate commission. And it just, without getting into all the mathematics of it, it helps make sense of your points earlier on. And for your sponsors and your sponsors and everybody up the line. So that's my encouragement. And I won't get into that, but that's my encouragement. Okay, this goes into a little bit of that customer care chat that I talked about. We have just like 2 minutes left on this and then we'll close out. So if you guys are interested, I'm happy to send the customer care and retention video. It's about 50 minutes long and it's worth every second because it tells you guys exactly how to take care of your people. But the main things that I would encourage you, if you truly want this as a business and not just a hobby, add them to our Gut Health and Happiness team resource page. That is like step 1. That should be done like in the recruitment process, to be honest, because we're using that as a third-party tool. But making sure that they're in that is really important because you're building their belief even after they've said yes to the products. So it's super, super important. I always like to share dosage sheets with them once their products arrive so they know exactly how to take the products and they're not just like, oh, I'll just follow what's on the back of the pill bottle. Y'all, if your people start taking 4 BioCleanse a day, they gonna die. Like, we've got to help them with their dosage. And they may need to start with 1, they may need to start with none. So if you're not familiar with how to do that, that's what your sponsor is for. And we'd love to help you guys navigate through that. Some videos that I love to share, if you want to screenshot these, I send this first one every single time. It's Brooke Hemingway. It's a 5-minute video that says what to expect on your Plexus products. It is a great third-party tool that helps them understand what they're getting into. The second one I love to send around day 30. It's another 5-minute video that's on YouTube, and it tells them what die-off and detox is. So that if they start feeling like CRAP, this is the science of what's going on and how the products are working and what those symptoms could be like indicating. My rule of thumb, unless it's a very specific case with like lots of autoimmunity and like some crazy health issues, I check in with my people 4 times in the first month. I check in with them the day they get their products and then once a week for the first month. I'm asking, how are your bowel movements? How is your energy? How was your sleep? Have you noticed that your sugar cravings have reduced at all? Like, tell me about your diet. Tell me about your water intake today. So I'm really just asking a lot of questions. And the great thing here again, y'all, is you don't have to be the expert. If you have no freaking idea what you're doing, use your sponsor in a 3-way. And I promise you, we'll figure out what's going on. The last thing that's super important, y'all, we don't want a bunch of product takers. I want people to come do this business with me. I want people who want to share about this and who want to go on free vacations. So it's so important to me to be sharing about the income opportunity with them. Or when they tell me that they have a health win, even if they say, oh my gosh, I didn't go for that Dr. Pepper today. I'm like, you know what? That is a huge freaking deal, Sharon. And you should go put that on your Instagram. And that's how we get people to start sharing about this organically without having them think that they're starting a business. Okay, like I said, I can share more into that if you guys are wanting the link. I think this is our last slide. How do I get plugged in? This is not just for y'all, but also for your people. It's just getting them involved. Asking, do they want to be a part of our team thread, which is on Facebook Messenger. We have multiple threads that they can be a part of, like our February Steps to Success and our Difference Makers are great places to start. Start talking to them about convention. I talked to Carrie Hamilton on here about convention like day 1, and homegirl signed up with her best friend. And she's going to freaking Ohio without me. I'll be here having a baby. And she's like registered and going. So just talking about it and getting your team excited about it is huge, 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 y'all. Convention is what changed everything in my business. and I didn't want to go, to be honest. Every Tuesday night, our larger diamond team has a training at 8:15 Central Time. Those are a priority for me. They used to not be, and I shot myself in the foot every single week. These are so value added. We have incredible training. It's either come up with something among our jewel leaders, our ruby leaders, or we'll have a guest speaker like Becky Page, who's the diamond ambassador, who's been with the company for like 8 years. So yeah, just getting them plugged in, helping them access the resources and getting them in front of other people to like let them meet some of these awesome women that are on our team. Okay, just in closing, this is literally like what our founders say. If you're blessed, then go be a blessing. And that gets me out of my comfort zone every day because I'm so freaking blessed with this opportunity, not just with my health, but with the finances. And it is my responsibility to go and share that with every single person. And so I encourage y'all to like adopt that culture of our company and just go be a blessing to everybody that you can be, because this is such a cool thing that we have right here. I think that is it. Okay. I think we're literally like down to 30 seconds. So if you guys have any questions, please ask in the thread or ask your sponsor. I hope that was informative for you guys though. And thank y'all for making this a priority so late in the evening. I appreciate you. And we'll see you guys Saturday for our coaching calls. Bye y'all.